There's something else I was going to tell you. I don't remember what it was. What was it? Oh yeah. Shark! Just kidding. Fast car. Poor Adam.
Just let
He
it
got
happen.
tummy troubles.
Just let it happen.
Poor guy. I'll feel better.
Really?
Good evening, folks. Coming to you from the garage workbench. Before I get too far into this, I just wanted to say thank you for the support and appreciation on the bug out bag video that I did about a week ago. It means a lot to me. It's not something, never really was intended to be, this channel was never really intended to be a gear review video or a gear review channel or anything like that. I'm really just showing you what I use, what I carry with me, the kind of things that I do, what goes through my head when I assemble something like that. I think all the details are really important in every decision that we make. I don't leave things to coincidence or chance, and I like to be as prepared and ready to go as I possibly can be. If you see the lighting flicker on and off, bear with me. We've got motion sensor lights in the garage. They do get annoying on occasion. Anyway, I decided to take advantage of deals from Black Friday through Cyber Monday all the way up through the end of the year to put together a new bag with a very different purpose. So I work in technology, and on occasion I'm asked to hit the road, jump on a plane, go support the sales team somewhere halfway across the country. But, you know, and then there's other times where, you know, I need to take an emergency family trip, go down and see the folks, somebody's in the hospital, whatever it is. And the fewer decisions that I have to make in a moment like that, the better. So what I've decided to do is take advantage of some of those sales, as I said, and start to put together a travel bag that is a duplication of the clothes and things that I wear every day, so that, you know, nothing is really out of the norm, as kind of a travel go bag, if you will. I had some very specific criteria I was looking for. I've been thinking about this since August or September, figuring out what makes sense, what needs to go in it. Is it realistic to dump this kind of money into something like that? And honestly, I came to the conclusion that it really is, for multiple reasons. Being on a homestead, I wear everything in the closet for whatever I'm doing. Doesn't matter if I'm, you know, getting oil, changing the oil in the truck, messing with the grease or the, you know, the wheels on the trailer, or rolling around in sheep shit, or you know, chicken stuff, trying to clean out bedding, or whatever it is. So if I buy a new piece of clothing, it's got to be able to hold up to that purpose. So I figured just about everything I have is stained and oiled at this oiled pretty well. It's soiled at this point. So I needed some new clothes. I'm dropping weight, and it was time to do that anyway. So I figured I'll order a little extra, and I'll put, you know, couple of the outfits away into this travel bag. That way, when the time comes, it don't matter really necessarily what I look like when I get on the plane. It might, but what's more important is that I have a change of clothes and can look nice or presentable no matter what the circumstances are when I get to where I'm going for normal civilian travel purposes. That's very much what this is, and so I just wanted to show you. I figured it might be useful, give you some ideas of something you can do like this. I looked far and wide, and settled on a mystery wrench travel backpack, which I'd like to talk about. So let me get it real quick. We'll set it up on the bench, reposition the camera, we'll come back, and I'll show you all the details of the bag, but more importantly, kind of what's in it, what I'm keeping in it, where extra stuff can go, and yeah, we'll just go through it. So come on. Alright, so this is the Mystery Ranch Mission Rover 45-liter backpack. And just to kind of back up for just a second, so the criteria that I was looking for specifically was I wanted a bag that looked nice, travel nice, was about the size of a standard carry-on bag for domestic travel. Not really interested in too much focusing on international travel. If I needed that, I could get the 30-liter version of this, pare it down for those, you know, those 737 flights or the puddle jumper flights where they stack, you know, 3 rows wide or 3 seats wide instead of 4, where the sizing restrictions are much greater. For this one, 45 liters was fine. I honestly could have scaled this down and been just fine with the 30-liter, but I didn't know that at the time, and frankly, I wanted the extra room just in case I need to add more to this. The other thing is I wanted one that was a 3-carry system, so either something that could be used as a backpack, something that could be used as a messenger carry, as well as, you know, just a standard briefcase kind of style. This fit the bill. Like my bug out bag, I like handles, grab handles on all sides. I don't like them to be too overt. I like them to be a little more discreet, tucked into the sides. So like the Helicon Tex bailout bag, this has those same features. So looking here at the bottom, you got a grab handle there, you got a grab handle here, here, and on the top here. So it meets that first criteria. The other thing that it has is backpack straps. So and they tuck away, they're concealed, so I can pull them out of here. I won't go all the way out with the other one, but just to kind of show you. They come all the way out here. Actually, will because they're attached. They're great quality. A lot of HIPAA padding on these. There is a clip system that will basically attach to the top of the bag here, so I have load-bearing option if I need to wear this as a backpack and it is very heavy. Being able to clip it up here gives us some load-bearing capabilities, which I think is important. A 45-liter bag, if you've never carried one, especially for business travel or really any purpose, they can get heavy pretty quick. And then, you know, it's got your standard chest clip to kind of suck the shoulders in. The shoulders are the way they're tapered is very good for, you know, conforming to the human body. Like I said, very well padded, and then so to clip these up, all I'd have to do is pull them out from the stove pocket, attach them to the load-bearing parts at the top, and then you know, clip it on the sides like that, and then I've got backpack carry. In addition to that, the other cool thing about this is it actually is a hip belt. So on both sides here, we have a hip belt that comes out, and you know, so I can use it to get the weight off my shoulders if I need to. If I'm really running something that heavy, something else is going on, but it has that option. And I think that in some cases options are good and important. Sometimes they serve as a distraction, depending on your use case. You know, so having the options, as long as they kind of tuck away and remain hidden when you don't need them, and they don't encumber the other functionality of a bag like this, the better. I think honestly this is so well thought out, and I'm grateful to Mystery Ranch for putting a product like this together, because this was really the only one I found that truly fit the needs that I had for something like this. And as you saw, that pocket completely zippers closed. Those straps This is actually kind of a deep pocket, so the straps, the backpack straps, go all the way through. Kind of lay flat and tuck in here, and then the waist strap does the same thing, but it's all affixed and it's slim and kind of, you know, buries itself. When I need to travel, most of the time it's probably going to be for business, business or family. The third option, which I'll kind of go ahead and show you this first inside pocket while I'm doing this, but the third option is basically that it has lashing points here for the shoulder strap, which lives in this front compartment. As you can see here, that's the shoulder strap, and it's got this kind of proprietary connection point system here. It just clips in there, and to take it off, it's just a simple button. Pull it off, stow it away. So where I was going with this was, you know, when I travel, if I travel, I'm going to need to carry a little bit of tech, but honestly very little. And it's mainly just going to be laptop, charger, basic bits and bobs that I probably will need for support of that laptop equipment. If it's business travel. If it's personal travel, I usually have my laptop with me anyway, or as well. So this gives me the option or the ability to take that along with me. I don't need a lot of organization as far as tech. I can get along with just a very slim laptop sleeve or cover. But this gives me a one bag carry option, and what I'll end up doing is taking my 14-inch MacBook Air, I'll put it in a carry sleeve with a handle, and I'll fit that whole thing in here. This pocket will carry up to a 15-inch laptop, so it's more than enough for the equipment that I have, or sorry, 16-inch I believe it is. But it's more than enough for the equipment that I have that I need to carry on a business trip, and so this is the solution for that purpose. And that way my bag doesn't get heavy, it's not overly cumbersome with, you know, loads of technology and all that. And then, you know, here there's a couple of mesh pockets here for different organization options. So if I've got USB cards or external hard drives, or I'm bringing something specifically for filming for YouTube, or you know, this can be a place to store keys and, you know, basically whatever I need to put in here to support the rest of the stuff I can, but I don't need to be carrying around a whole bunch of tech. What I need this bag to do for me is mostly cover or hold clothes. The thing is, in a bag like this, I don't want the clothes stored with the tech. I want them completely separate. If you know, at the end of the trip, if I've got dirty clothes, I want them completely separate from the tech. If I'm going from plane to conference room at a business, I want to be able to open just this pouch and not this, you know, pull out everything I have on display for an entire office to see. And realize too that other things leak out of that, like smells and stuff that, you know, if you're at the end of your trip and you've got dirty clothes, you want to keep those isolated away from your tech as well. That way, if you're going back into the office for a last day wrap up before you head to the airport, you know, your clothes are contained in their own space, and your tech is in its own space, that kind of thing. Last pocket worth mentioning before I get into the inside is this right here. This is a shoe pocket, so you can keep your shoes completely isolated from the rest of your stuff. So if you bring an extra pair of shoes, like when I travel, I plan on trying to keep up with, you know, some kind of exercise regimen. So that'll give me a place to keep my tennis shoes or alternate pair of shoes should I choose to bring them. If not, that'll end up being a dirty clothes pocket because it's completely sealed from the rest of the bag. so that's that. It's, like I said, it's 45 liters, but honestly, this thing is so skinny. Like, I don't expect any airline to ever give me any gruff about carrying something like this. These zippers are really nice. I don't remember quite if these are YKK or not, but man, they are just buttered smooth. Alright, so the next criteria that I had is I wanted a clamshell opening like this. I wanted a full opening like I'm used to experiencing with my roller suitcase, but I don't want to carry a roller because if you've ever traveled for business, walking off a plane and going into a corporate office with a roller, honestly, is just one of the most annoying things in the world. So, at least it is for me. They're clunky, they're obnoxious, they're in the way, or in everybody's way. You have to open them up like this in order to get, your tech out, your laptop to sit down at a conference table and all that, and it just gets unruly, even if they're divided and set up well like this. So that's why I wanted this style. That's why I wanted the tech completely separate from the clothes, and kind of why I ended up where I did. Alright, so for the clothes organization for this, what I did was I went with these packet travel cubes. Another thing you'll notice about this is while this is all translucent, it's not clear. So whatever I have in here is going to be obfuscated by not only color, but the material choice as well. It's kind of got this waffle mesh to it if they put anything in this outside pocket here. That's important because if I stow something in here that I don't really want to advertise or show off in a business environment, I need to be able to conceal that. The only thing I really have in here right now is a compression shirt, a handkerchief, aka snot rag, and a mask, an extra mask. Yeah, we live in a crazy, stupid world, and while I am not a proponent of all the pandemic, corona nonsense, I do still believe in a face covering. I think there's multiple applications for that, from everything from concealment to protection from airborne junk that I may not want to breathe in. It doesn't just have to be about corona. So COVID might have opened the door for that, but I do think it's a good thing to have for specific use cases. So I'll keep that in there. I'll usually run a buff and put it in here too, but that's going to be around my neck, honestly, so I may not necessarily need it. And then, like on this first side, that shoe pocket that I kind of mentioned down here at the bottom, I don't run a lot on this side, largely because when I put my shoes in here, they're going to take up the bulk of this space. So again, I want this as unencumbered as I possibly can. I wear a size 14 wide shoe. So to be able to travel with a second pair of shoes, for one thing, is frankly a blessing. But the ability to do it in a way that conceals the shoes and I'm not tying shoestrings and wrapping them around my neck or taking up excess space in the bag, that's just an added benefit. This gives me the ability to run both tennis shoes, both shoes, whatever I end up taking with me, in a way that is completely concealed. I'm not advertising what shoes I have or any of that stuff. Just tuck them into the pocket, stow them away, keeps everything clean, and we're good to go. I use these compression travel cubes. And so in this one, the smaller one, I believe, yeah, just swim trunks and undergarments that I know I'm gonna need. I'll take those. And then I actually have an extra one. I haven't used all of them. So for now, that just rides in there. If I need the extra space, I got more than enough to pack this out with a jacket or outerwear or whatever else I need. I think I'm going to need for the trip, and I can tuck it in there, put this one on top or there or whatever. So it's the configuration options are there. The versatility is there, whether I'm going on business trip or family related stuff. All right, and then on this side, right now, I've kind of preloaded this with some of the basic stuff I'm gonna need. This is just socks, extra socks. Socks are one of those things that while I have a place to pack them, I usually never pack enough. I wear merino wool socks. These are from People Socks. I love People Socks. They make great footwear or great socks. They're all merino wool. They're comfortable, and with my selection of outfit, they will go with everything that I wear. But I always want a couple of extra pairs, so I'll throw those in there. I've got one of these little travel toothbrushes. This just stays in the bag. It's got an extra toothpaste tube here. So that is 100% self-contained altogether. Don't have to worry about it. When I travel, the only two things that I take as far as toiletries are going to be toothbrush, toothpaste, my charcoal-based deodorant. Charcoal-based because I wear a lot of merino wool, and most of the deodorants out there are just horrible for that fabric. But I wear merino wool all 4 seasons. And whether it's a t-shirt base layer or whatever, I don't want to be putting things on my skin for other purposes that are not safe for that clothing type, because it will destroy them. So, charcoal-based deodorant, the toothbrush, toothpaste, and then, my favorite bar soap is what I'll keep. I don't really travel with liquids or anything else. Bar soap is kind of what I use for everything, so that just keeps it simple. Covers my teeth, covers my hygiene, and covers my non-stink needs. So going back to the whole packet cube thing, right? So this really is Ranger rolls of boxers, and these are tops, so shirts. I've got 4 shirts, believe it or not. I got 4 shirts crammed into this. I wear my favorite shirt right now is one by Land's End. It's comfortable. I think it's actually made out of bamboo, so again, one of those hyperallergenic materials similar to merino wool that's good with stain resistance and doesn't stink. And then, believe it or not, that's 4 pairs of pants. Or sorry, 3 pairs of pants. I could actually squeeze 4 into here, but I took one of them out just because I felt like I can alternate pants. I don't need to travel with a complete change of clothes for every day. I need a complete change of base layer, so undergarments. I need a complete change. You might need a fresh shirt, but other than that, it's if I'm careful and cautious, my pants and my shirts I can rewear. The pants that I wear are the Duluth Flex Fit, the 5-pocket. I think they're called 5-pocket pants or 5-pocket manager pants or something like that. They don't look like like jeans, but they're not skinny jeans, but they do stay tight. So they're flexible where I need them to be flexible, but I'm not wearing balloon pants. I'm not wearing pleated khakis or pleated suit pants or anything like that. I pretty much just roll in those Land's End short sleeve shirts or you know, a button-up shirt or two if I need to put it in there. So lots of versatility, lots of options. This bag, I kind of keep it simple, stays next to my dresser. I leave it packed. When I get home from a trip, I'll wash everything in there that's dirty and then pack it back up and leave it in here. Again, these are duplications of what I wear on a daily basis. I simplified my wardrobe many years ago to the primary colors that I like to wear, which is black and blue tops and tan pants. And you know, then whatever shoe I'm wearing that's appropriate for the context. I very rarely wear a watch. If I do, it's going to be a Fitbit smartwatch. You know, for specific purposes there. And I don't wear a lot of jewelry, a lot of bling. I do wear hats all the time, so you know, but I can get a crushable fedora, wear one of my flat caps, or you know, put something like a merino wool baseball cap in here that honestly could just live in here. There may be a few things that I'll add to this over time just to set myself up for success in those kind of emergent travel circumstances. But honestly, I got tired of you know, having to make last minute decisions on what I was going to wear, what was going to work, and I ended up overpacking. So this gives me a pre-canned solution with stuff I already know I'm going to wear, already know I'm going to be comfortable in. It's a duplication of the wardrobe that I already have. I didn't pay a full price for any of it, and it can just live as a complementary solution so that when I need to make a move quickly, I can. And this goes into systems mentality as well. If I needed to say, you know, bug out of a situation, I'd grab my bob, I'd grab my gun. If I was in a place where I had it with me or it was appropriate to keep it, and I grabbed this bag. One other with some other information in it that would basically tuck into something like this or something my wife is carrying. But otherwise, it's really just those three things, which are very easy to manage in kind of a tough spot like that. I will probably end up putting some extra things in here, like some extra IV, liquid IV, electrolyte powders, you know, pain meds, or basic stuff like that. But really, I don't, I'm going to have all those things with me in other places anyway. So a lot of those consumable things I don't really need to put in a static bag like this. The bench is dirty, that's why it's getting dirty, but it's otherwise a clean carry. All right, let me reposition the camera, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like on me, and give you a feel for how it rides at 45 liters, not fully packed out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here it is again. As you can see, like I said, grab handle on the top. There's actually two on the sides here. 1, 2. So if I unzip this, or it comes unzipped, I've still got 2 points of contact, one on either side of however it flaps open. On this side, there's just the one grab handle because the zipper doesn't go all the way around and zip off in 4 corners. And then of course the shoulder strap connection points are right here. So for the sake of that part, I'll show you that first because I think that's the easiest thing to demonstrate. So if I need to travel, essentially what I'll do is I'll grab my laptop and charging brick and whatever other tech accessories I need off my desk. I'll throw them in here and I'll go. As far as the bag is concerned, or sort of loading the tech into the bag, I'll intend to keep it, you know, as simple as it can. So I just connect that there. On the other connection point, I'll connect it here. These are plastic, but they appear to be a high grade plastic, and they also, because of the design, they spin 360 degrees. So it you're not going to get this to where you got, you know, all sorts of twisted up or whatever when you connect it. But I can roll with it like this. So I can walk through an airport or however I need to. And an important thing to note is that the shoulder strap is on the side that unzips with the two handles. So if you've got this tucked up close to you, less risk of, you know, someone coming through and unzipping something, or your bag coming unzipped and just dumping all your stuff on the ground. It's kind of important. Put that to the side for a second. Backpack straps, as I said, they pop out here. Flop these over. Grab these load bearing connection points. Pop the tab open. And I've already got this, I believe I have this still set up for my back specifically, so this should just be a load and go. I can't remember if I did that part when I loaded it out, but that's how that would connect. And then, of course, like I said, the that just goes in there. So clean connection there. Same deal here. Run that in there. Actually, I do think I have this too tight. One thing I do like about this is you can't just pull these ends completely through. There's also, it'd be hard to see this from way over there, but there's also a loop on the end of this. So when you put the bag on, you'll have a finger loop to grab the retention, everything. Okay. But anyway, that's that. Oops. Bag over the shoulders. Connect that. Give her a tug. If I need to, stay out of the way of that microphone. If I need to, I can cinch it up like this, and you know, it's not too obnoxious. It rides close to the body. It's not heavy. It's honestly weighs less than my bug out bag does, which it should. It's I want to say. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get my scale out, my hanging scale out. I'll weigh it, and I'll put the details on screen for what it weighs, as well as put the complete loadout as I have it right now. I'll go ahead and put my tech in it, my laptop and charger and stuff, and I'll throw that on screen somewhere here. I'll throw it on screen down there. I don't know, and I'll put some more of those loaded specs in the description as well. But you know, I can pack up like this. I can get, it's real simple. And with a 3 carry system like this, if I'm, you know, like I said, if I'm grabbing, back to the system mentality, if I'm grabbing the bug out bag, I'm grabbing this, and I'm grabbing my rifle bag or pistols or whatever else, I'll put the bug out bag on my back, and I'll sling this over my shoulder. Hope this was useful. Appreciate the views, appreciate the support. Thank you for coming back. Again, not a gear review channel, but I like to show useful things, and I hope that you found this valuable and functional and useful. So until then, be blessed, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.